Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to share with you guys another nursing update. It has been a long time since I did any nursing update, and that's because it's been kind of stressful, honestly, and I am gonna let you know exactly why. As you guys can tell from the title, finally I am a L&D nurse. If you guys have been following me for a while now with my nursing life and everything like that, you know that I've always wanted to do L&D. I actually went into nursing for L&D. Do I have lipstick on my teeth? I'm good. Okay, what was I talking about? I always have these moments. I kind of forgot, but I'm just gonna pretend I remember, but I really don't. Oh my god, I actually don't remember. So in this video, the format is I'm gonna kind of tell you the journey of how I got there, and then share some tips on how you can potentially get there yourself if you want to do L&D, or actually for whatever unit. I feel like these tips still are relevant to whatever you want to do. If you've been following me, like I said, then you know that I started out in the med-surg unit. I've done med-surg for about 1.5 years, but you know, I mean, as much as I love and adore and just I love my coworkers so much, at the end of the day, if you know where you're supposed to be in terms of your specialty, or you know, if you want to do med-surg, of course, you know, that's that, but whatever the case might be, you will at the end of the day still feel like something is missing, as much as you adore your coworkers, if you wanted to get into a certain area of nursing. Even with acute experience, in actuality, you are still basically a new grad in that specialty area if you have no experience in it, right? So when I applied, I legit applied to probably about three or four other hospitals for L&D, because a lot of the times the hospital doesn't even have any positions open for L&D. So it's not like med-surg or ER where they always constantly nurses. It's a specialty area, so rarely do they even open up positions for L&D. But I remember clearly one of the hospitals had like 4 positions open for L&D, and I applied, and one by one it just said closed. They didn't follow up with me, back up with me or anything. I just had to go to the website and check that, oh, position has been filled, like one by one position has been filled. So this was about like a 5-month process. 2 hospitals got back to me, and they asked me if I had one of them asked me if I had any experience for L&D, and then I said no. I told them I had acute experience, but I don't have acute experience in that specialty, if that makes any sense. So they're like, oh, okay, you know, they basically told me to don't even come to the open house because I didn't have the experience. So me being stubborn, of course, I decided to go anyway, and lo and behold, it was like such a beautiful hospital. And the interview, the director of L&D decided to interview me because I met everyone and blah blah blah, all the things. That interview for about an hour, and she said she'll get back to me. I'm really excited. I got really excited just for the interview in the first place, because I was told not even to come, right, by HR. So a week later they called me back, and they asked me if I wanted to come for another panel interview, and I told them that I was gonna be in Hawaii, so I couldn't make it, but I'm willing to cancel my trip for them. Then on the phone they told me, you know what, it's okay, the director said she interviewed you for an hour, you don't need to do the panel interview, we'll give you a call in another week. 3 days later they gave me a call, and they told me I got the position for night shift, and so I got really excited. I was like, yay, I'm gonna celebrate, I'm gonna have a really good time in Hawaii, blah, blah, you know, things like that. And then of course I had to tell the current hospital that I'm gonna be going, I'm gonna be leaving, you know, you give your 2 weeks, you know, all of that stuff. The CEO didn't want me to leave to a different, I guess, like how do you say, like a different company, almost a different hospital. And so he decided that he wants me to stay within our sister hospitals, and he wants to transfer me to a different hospital for L&D. And because of that, I was now conflicted with kind of like two decisions. And it was really hard because I already accepted the one that I got interviewed for. And so to kind of back out at the last minute made me pretty much feel like crap. Because my CEO of this current hospital I work in is like super generous, nice, and everything you can even want in a CEO, I didn't want to disappoint him and go away. So I decided to and of course, in addition to the fact that he's offering me a day shift position, so it's like, God, it's like I can't even tell you and express how, I guess, how much gratitude I have, because I'm getting into a position that I've always wanted for my whole life, in addition to the shift that I've wanted. And this shift, I didn't expect to get it until at least a year or two, and then I could get, you know, kind of transferred to day shift. So to be able to be put into day shift just like that, you know, so I always look back at it and think like, you know, I still can't believe it, because it is so rare and so yeah, I wrote my a letter to the hospital that I ended up, you know, flaking out basically. But I wrote them a note and say, you know, it was never my intention to back out at the last minute. And then I went to the hospital myself directly with my letter and, you know, a few gifts from Hawaii that I bought, and I hugged them. I hugged HR. I told them how genuinely sorry I am, and I didn't mean any of it, and I didn't mean to waste their time like that, you know, things like that, to show them. Because really at the end of the day, even though nursing seems so big, it's really quite small, and a lot of nurses, they go to different hospitals really frequently, and you don't want to make yourself look like, and that's not the only thing. I truly felt bad and felt really guilty, and so I wanted to personally apologize to them and let them know and let them realize that, like, you know, I didn't mean to waste so much of their freaking time, you know. And so they were so forgiving, so nice to me, and of course they wanted to persuade me, because, well, they used up a lot of time on me, persuading me to stay. This hospital persuaded, a lot of persuasion going on, but because it's a day shift position, I didn't know how infrequent that is. I was like, you know, I have to do this. I'm gonna have like a normal life schedule, and so I went with them, and that's exactly how I got into the hospital that I am right now. Alright, so that's how I got into L&D, and so now I want to share with you guys some tips on how you can potentially get there, which is basically within the story, really. But number one is go anyway. And that's probably the biggest tip I can give you guys, is that no matter what someone says, don't come. It says 1 year experience. I don't care if it says 1 year experience. You're applying. You know, don't even come to the open house. You know, you don't have the experience. I don't care. You show up. What is there to lose? You already got rejected anyway. So if you get rejected again, it's like being rejected only once, you know. So you might as well give it a shot. Try. It doesn't hurt. You've already been rejected, right? So just go anyway. But it says it needs 3 years acute experience in LD. So apply. Do it. Why not? You've already got rejected. So just do it. Right now, this is a Nike commercial. Okay, so number two is kind of correlated with number one. Just apply anywhere. You need that experience. If you really didn't like that hospital, you can always at least stay for like a year and apply elsewhere, because now you have that under your belt, your experience, and it's a lot easier for you to apply without getting rejected right off the bat. And also, don't be too picky about shifts if that specialty unit is the unit that you've always wanted to do. If it's a specialty area that you've always wanted, don't be picky about it, because you can always transition to day shift in the future. You're not going to be night shift forever, or you're not going to be day shift forever. That's not really usually the case, but a lot of people want day shift. So don't be too picky if it is the specialty area that you want to be in. The last tip I want to share with you guys is that don't be afraid to share stories during the interview. So an interviewer would ask me a question, and I'm not gonna lie, sometimes I totally like butcher my way around it, and all of a sudden I'm sharing a story that's kind of irrelevant to the question, but they get sidetracked. They get so in tune and so into your story that they don't even remember what they asked. But your story, it's not really about your story per se, it's more about how you talk and your demeanor and your facial expression during the story that they can know you more. So in the end, they know who you are, but just by listening to you and how you talk and how you are and kindness and, you know, all those little aspects, they're able to tell who you are and if you're an arrogant person and, you know, any of that stuff. So I just feel like, yes, answer the question as best as you can, but at the same time, if you really didn't know how, just kind of put your way around it and share stories about your experience in nursing. And, you know, it doesn't even have to be about nursing. Sometimes it could be about family. I'm not even kidding you, like about family and how you got into that field, you know, things like that. So I don't know if these tips are helpful, but if you really wanted to get into some area of nursing, I'm telling you, eventually you'll be able to do it, because it took me like 6 months to finally get here. And if I can do it, I'm telling you, anyone can do it. Trust me. So that's it for the end of this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Totally irrelevant. I always get sidetracked, and maybe, you know, that's how I interview. But I want to share with you guys some pictures of the Milky Way that I just went to recently. I'm telling you guys, the Milky Way is one of the most beautiful things you can ever see, and to be able to camp in the wild with the Milky Way, it's another experience. So, by the way, so I'm going to share with you guys at the end of the video, but by the way, I have a question. Have you guys ever seen the Northern Lights? Because that is the place I want to go to next, specifically in Sweden. But if you guys have any other place that you've successfully seen the Northern Lights, can you guys let me know in the comments down below if anyone even watches these videos. Alright, okay, so I will see you guys next time, and good luck in your nursing journey and in life. Bye guys.